out here, back live and direct with a podcast. Hot, sunny summer's day, man.
It's way too warm today, boy.
Way too warm.
Way too warm, man.
It can never be way too warm.
Bro,
we're living the dream, man.
You know, we are still.
Thank God, man. Thank God we're
we
back in the building with the main man.
We're ready to go,
the
bro.
main man, Mr. More Than a Footballer. If you don't know already, make sure you check out Toby Show Silver.
Come on.
Across Insta,
Bro.
Snapchat, get him on Snapchat.
Don't be silly, man. You know we bounce off
Get
each
him
other,
on
bro.
TikTok, get him on LinkedIn, bro. Dropping gems. Everything I know.
Nah.
That's where that's
Yeah, but you
where
never
I
give
got
me credit
from,
for it
innit?
anyway,
Listen,
bro.
I'm plagiarizing, innit? They can't teach in
Bro,
the real
what's
world.
that
They don't
book?
catch you
No,
for
what's
plagiarizing.
What's that book though? Was it like Still Like an Artist?
Still like an artist,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
They don't.
yeah.
They can't catch you for plagiarizing. Do you know what I clocked you? University, they catch you for plagiarizing.
Yeah.
In the real world, there's
can't.
none of that, bro.
No, of course. How can they check?
So wait, it doesn't prepare you for life.
What? University? Yeah, but
No, I'm joking. In like professional
come on,
standards,
bro.
it's-
You're not
it's true, yeah.
bro.
I'm
We
joking,
can start
I'm
there if
joking.
you want. Does uni prepare you for
Prepare you
life?
for life. Does the academy system prepare you for life?
What prepares you for life, man? Come
Bruv.
on.
But
Let's be
that's
honest.
actually quite interesting,
it's a
you
good
know,
question.
because it's like, yeah, it's very meticulously, like, strawn or like, I don't know the right words. I can't. I've
Yeah.
lost my words. I'm lost for words. You blow me away.
Bro, it's an easy discussion anyway
But,
today, man. So it's good.
Yeah, but it's like I was gonna say, yeah. I can't quote you because there's no quote police in it in the real world.
There could be soon still.
There could be
Yeah,
soon.
yeah,
We
it
can't
could be
say.
soon.
See, anytime. You know when the Google Home is listening.
Yeah.
Yeah, you took that from this source.
You start
Hey,
referencing
that's a
it,
good
boy.
idea though.
Yeah, 100%.
Imagine we had a Google Home there and it said, yeah. Oh, Daniel just said.
So the quote from Toby Show
Toby
Silver.
Show Silver. You learn who you are and practice that in theory. Hey, Daniel just got that from Toby Show Silver.
Bro, imagine.
Yeah, no,
But that's
that
the
would be-
future, though,
That's
isn't
the
it?
future of
That's
AI,
the future, man.
everything. But yeah, we're back. We're loaded. This is a new section that we're going to be doing on a weekly basis, giving you guys more of insights. We're going to call it questions. Who are you beyond football? We're going to be
That's top. That's
diving into different questions that players have, parents have, coaches, people around the players and the game of football, into life beyond football, life of being more than an athlete, more than a footballer. And today we got you with a bang, really trying to thought-provoke you. You know, we're fans of the Diary of a CEO. We want to get you really thinking and add value, add knowledge to you. So, yeah, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share this episode with a friend that you think will benefit from, your younger brother, etc. That's how we grow this message. That's how we grow this mission. But yeah, Toby's got our first
man.
question.
No,
Let's go.
100%. Let's get into it. And as we go, man, we want to hear your thoughts. We want to hear your questions off the back of it. You know, as we're going to do more of these sessions, we want to hear your questions. I remember why we really wanted to push for this, because we get so many questions. You know, we're out and about. People ask us questions and we want to give you answers because we think that's the way that you can grow. You know, that's the way to change. I always say, there's no point walking around in the dark. Find a way to turn the light on.
That's
you
right.
know? And that's by getting your questions answered.
Hey.
So we're going to roll into... See, you're going to... Look, see?
Yo,
I knew you...
I already started writing that one.
I told you, man.
Yo,
I told
what was
you.
that again? Can you say that again,
we'll
please?
Leave it.
Reload it.
So there's no point walking around in the dark. Find a way to put the light on. Do you know what I mean? And that's getting your questions answered. And I think that's one of the biggest stigmas for footballers. We feel like we're only alone and we don't have the real sources to actually get questions answered, because what we're looking for is on the other side of wisdom, on the other side of knowledge.
Nah. Stop
bro,
there.
what
Stop.
do
You're
you want
giving
me to
them
do,
too much, bro. Told you got to save that for the paid thing, innit?
All right, edit it out. But yeah, we'll dive straight into our first question. But really, throw your questions in the comments. Every single pod that we do, we want questions. So when we come on here, we've got questions ready. And we've got 4 questions from some of our listeners. We're going to keep them anonymous until we really get a clear tick to say, yeah, we're going to use these people's names, you know. So, yeah, the first question is really around, do you believe successful people are a product of nurture or nature? You know, and a lot of the pods that we've had so far, we've really touched on this. I remember touching on it with Tom Smith. That was a great episode. I think we touched on it with Dr. Chris Platts as well.
Oh yeah.
where we went on that quite deep, and I can't remember any other ones that we touched on it with.
I think we've done it quite a
With a
lot.
few- I think
Amari,
Amari
yeah,
Patrick.
because he's quite nature, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially his nature and nurture as well, because his family upbringing,
Yeah.
etc.
Yeah.
It's an amazing question. I think it's especially something that I've studied a lot in terms of psychologically, all of that, understanding what's innate versus what's nurture. It's a difference between environment and genetics. Whether or not you hit the jackpot and you look like Toby, spaceman, or whether or not you got the brains like Einstein, like Musk, all of that. If you study these great people, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah. Messi, you mean?
Messi.
Yeah.
Yes. Messi. But you could argue the fact that Ronaldo's nature as well. In terms
people,
of
if you're going straight off the bat, you'd say Messi is more
nature, nurture.
Yeah, but there probably has to be something underlying.
Most definitely. But if we use that Cristiano versus Ronaldo analogy,
Cristiano against Messi, you mean?
Cristiano versus Ronaldo. I'm bugging, man. You know, I seen an ad. He did an ad the other day saying, Ronaldo meets Cristiano.
That's what he said.
Yeah, because he has his own YouTube channel now.
Yeah, I've seen that still.
You seen his YouTube channel with his missus.
But
that's bro, he got 1 million subscribers in, I think it was like a couple of hours, bro.
Yeah, but everyone follows him, bro.
Do you know how tapped that is? And my man got the gold plaque for YouTube in a couple of hours.
But he's a world brand, bro. World brand.
People spend 5, 6, 7, 8 years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years trying to get that. Man got it in hours, bro.
He's a world brand.
That's tapped. But he does. You'd say obviously Ronaldo nurture, Messi's nature.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's a big grey fog.
Yeah.
Between all of that, because it's like, even though Messi's that natural raw talent and Ronaldo works so hard, puts that nurture in good environments, he has an ice bath in his house, etc. He's still been favoured by those same genetic. He won the genetic lottery.
Yeah.
In some situations, but then he's probably worked on it more.
Yeah.
So it's interesting.
It is, because I guess this podcast speaks not just on the pitch but off the pitch as well. You know, so we can look at it from a biological stance. And I was doing some reading around it, and I guess a lot of actual athletes, their parents were athletes. So
the best ones.
You can win, and we were talking about earlier today.
Best ones, yeah.
Some people actually strategically marry specific people so that they can have the best gene pool.
I don't know whether LeBron James did that or but I know one of the big players said like, oh yeah, LeBron. I think it might be LeBron James, him and his wife strategically, or someone else. I'm not. You have to forgive me. I'm not into basketball like that. Man. I've never properly sat down and watched a basketball game.
Yeah.
In my life.
Ever.
Like bad. Instead, I've watched my older brother when he's playing when I was younger and that, like in real life. But actually, like on TV, I've never done it. It's bad, man. I need to increase my range.
No, you do, because I was reading, and a lot of athletes. So the Williams sisters that absolutely dominate tennis. Both of their parents were athletes. You know, Tiger Woods, his father was into. He was probably into golf. I don't even know what sport he was into, but he was an athlete. And I think it's seeing from where does it actually start from in terms of, is it nature, is it genetic, and can it be taught to get to that level? You know, and I think a lot of times when people are young, they start to say nurture versus nature. And I remember a couple players that I played with, I said, these people are just genetically, naturally talented. And there's some people that know how to play keys from a young age. You're thinking, where have they got that talent from? Because they haven't had enough time to actually develop the skill to the level that you're seeing it at. You know, I remember 2 people stand out in my mind when I was at Charlton, Joe Gomez and Ademola Lookman. And I said, these guys from a young age, they were always going to make it, you know. You could just see it in the way that they were just made up, in terms of the way that they picked up skills, the way that they were just either just agility so much better than other people, strength, everything. You were just like, these guys are solid. But then I was like, everyone else is at a disadvantage now.
Yeah.
So is it just the people that have the genetics, or is there a balance of actually developing it to get to that level? So
it's amazing. It's amazing. I feel like there's so many different angles we can take this. We can take it from even a biblical perspective in terms of different talents for different people that might put them at different advantages. We can take it in the idea that I was going to mention the fact that having that nature nurture strict differences, like you say, nature or nurture, having those rigid ideas can prevent people from actioning.
Very true.
And then finally, I was going to say also, it's gone off my head, but the myth of talent and the power of practice. Matthew Said.
Yeah.
He talks about bounce. And that's literally contradictory to what we've been saying about he doesn't really believe in nature.
At all.
He says that really and truly, those people you see like Joe Gomez, like Lukeman, they've just had more practice. No. Whether or not it's
from that young age, though.
I promise you, bro. That's literally what he says.
This is from 14. This is from under 14.
Yeah.
They've had
more purposeful practice in those areas that's giving them that significant. From a younger age, they've had somehow had some more purposeful practice than you guys.
But are you talking about purposeful practice? I don't think it's in the actual discipline, though. So I don't think it's purposeful practice in football.
Yeah,
I think it's purposeful practice through the skills that are needed to succeed in that discipline.
That's right. From a young age, you can. I promise you now, if we had them on, when we have them on, when we have them on, when we have them on, and we ask them, their parents definitely put them through at least a skill or something, but that's going to develop those skills.
So you're basically saying
at that young age.
Then it's nurture, but it's the environment that they're in which actually nurtures the skills that they already have by nature.
Exactly. So they already now. Lookman he's already fast. Yeah. From a young age. He's already probably agile, all these different things. But from a young age, he's now been taught how to body mechanics. Not like formally. Yeah. But okay, he knows how to control his body. He knows how to run faster, get people out of the way. In the playground, when you're younger in primary school or kindergarten, I'm fast. I can do this, I can do that.
So are you saying that the nurture and the environment that he's been brought up in developed the natural talent that he has?
That's right.
So you're saying two people are here, but one person has it from nature and the other person doesn't, or we all have it from nature, but our environment develops it.
We all have different levels of it, innit? And you can, like, I think it's an idea of like equity, innit? Equity understands that you can't really have equality because equality is not equal. If you get what I mean. If I give you £10 and you give me £10, you're going to be better off. Now, I'm going to be better off with that £10.
Why?
Because you already have more. Yes. So now, for us to be equal, you need to give me a million. You need to give me $1 million and give you like £100 in it.
I understand what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's what creates equity.
Equity, yeah.
Appealing to the needs of each individual to allow them to have the same playing field. Everyone is at a different level.
To start off with. And if you now say, this person needs 2 hours of maths to get better, to get a grade 9, you might need 10 minutes of maths. Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then that 10 minutes is as important as his 2 hours.
Which makes sense.
That environment, those parents are as important as a parent that's going to put a different training style. And it goes even deeper to the extent that some people, they need different training programs. Yeah. Different environments. If you put someone in the environment that I'm in, they might struggle. And that talent might get absolutely dwindled. But if you put me in that environment, I might succeed. So it's about creating the right environments for you to succeed that is specific to that individual.
It's very interesting because we're talking now about developing footballers, if that's where we're going to stay. So obviously what develops football in the UK is the academy system and even the pre-academy system. So I've got one of my relatives now who has just been scouted from his Sunday league team and from, I think, pre-academy 6 or 7 to start coming in. And I'm like, is that the best format for him to make it all the way as a pro?
I think so. The stats say so.
The stats say, because what was it, the England team? They
all before the age of 9.
Before the age of 9, they were in academies.
All of them.
In some sort of formalized. But then, why? I guess everyone's striving to be in an academy, but then not everyone actually goes on and makes it. But then that makes me question something you just said, was everyone needs different types of preparation. And cool, we can talk about that in football, but if we're not actually identifying the needs of the individuals from young, we're not actually developing them to the best potential that they could have. So it's not a one-size-fits-all method. And I think that's very similar to what we talk about in developing other skills. You know, yeah, we can talk about football, but if we actually talk about beyond football and people actually developing whatever talents that they've got away from football and away from the game, they also need to understand what works for Toby and what works for Daniel are two different things. And they got to discover what works for them. Because a lot of people would say, naturally, I'm not smart.
And that's what I'm saying, the rigidity
but
in nature-nurture debate.
Yeah, but that's where it's always not blurred lines, but you got to be flexible with it. I say it's a bit of both. You know, someone could start off smart and actually not nurture what they have. But vice versa, you might not start off as smart, but you can nurture yourself in a way to actually develop and get to a level of success which you want to get to. So I don't know. I think it's
an interesting conversation.
It's a very interesting one.
Hope you guys are enjoying these gems.
I don't think it's we can't say it's complete still. But I'm probably, if I was to vote, I'd still say I'm a nurture man. I'm not a nature man. I'm more on the side of nature. It's a sliding scale. But
I think I agree with you.
Environment is.
I think environment is everything. Yeah. Because if you change citadel of success, but let's not go too deep. We already ran over time. But I hope you guys enjoyed this little section into questions. Who are you beyond football?
Yeah.
If you enjoyed, share this with people you think we might enjoy and benefit from, and check out our website beyondfootball.uk about more into how you can join the Beyond Football movement and support us on this journey of raising awareness of having an identity beyond football. Check out our recent episode. You know, we had Simon Church on, so check that out. Footballer, player, played in Euros 2016, over 350 games across Premier League, EFL, all of that. So it's going to be an action-packed show. You must listen. But yeah, till next time, we're out. Who are you beyond football?
Love it. Cool. Next question. Cool. So I think this next question's one that I probably have faced so many times in my career when helping other players, and it's one that is personal for me, but one will become personal to every player because it's inevitable. But also, it happens to a lot of young players just because of the statistics of the game. So
just before you start the question, let's introduce this segment. This is another segment of the Beyond Football podcast where we have questions and we're answering different questions from the audiences, from our followers across the country, across the world on who are you beyond football, how you can navigate the football system. We want to hear questions from parents, coaches, players, into more insights into how to manage that dynamic and how to become a well-rounded footballer. So yeah, let's go.
Cool. So the question is, and thank you for the listener that sent in the question, because I think it's an amazing question. And he said, now I'm out of contract. What's the best course of action to start rebuilding my life?
Type beyondfootball.uk into your into Safari on your phone.
Man, trust me. Listening to all of the podcasts that we've been doing.
All of the podcasts. Nah, we can't do self-promo like that.
Well, it sounds like. It sounds like.
But no, like for me, my DMs are always open. I get a lot of DMs like this, similar to this, from players that I've grew up playing with, from current players and ex-players, and even just younger footballers as well that I mentor, they always ask me these different questions. So feel free to reach out to me on Instagram. I always reply to everyone who DMs me there. But first and foremost, it's all about self-discovery, understanding who you are beyond football. You know, our mission is to try and get players to engage in activities while still playing. But if you're out of contract now and you don't know where your next contract is going to be in, it's a situation that me and Toby have found ourselves multiple times in our careers. And it's dark, to say the least. It's dark. So you need to have a lot of faith during those circumstances. But the first and foremost thing is just getting yourself out there, being curious. What do I like? Do I like PlayStation, gaming, etc.? How can I really get insight into that world? Oh, I like playing Call of Duty. How can I learn more about the game interface? How can I learn more about the psychology of gaming? Why am I so hooked into gaming, etc.? All these different things. It's just about being curious and trying new things, because then that can open up opportunities for you to go and explore a potential career path.
No, it's good. It's good. And it's interesting because I think doing my counselling level 2 and level 3, it really opened my eyes to different people's experiences and how they deal with different things like rejection, redirection, actually dealing with shame and different things like that. And I remember getting this question on a panel that I was doing for the Premier League. And there was all boys that were out of contract. I think there was 40 or 50 of them. And one of the boys was talking about shame. You know, so anytime I hear about this question, it comes back to that. And he said, I feel like I've let my parents down and I feel like a failure, you know? And I think when you've been built up as a footballer from a young age, you're probably always the best, either in your class, in your district, in your county, in your team. And then now it's kind of like you've just fallen off a cliff. You always have that security and you're kind of a little bit lost, you know? And I really wanted to kind of just address that, because I think just because you failed doesn't make you a failure. And I think people need to really understand that if you're not going to give yourself flowers, other people aren't going to give you flowers for what you've achieved. And I remember one of my mentors, he was really talking about taking stock. You know, you have to big yourself up, because the truth of the matter is, you've made it so far as a footballer. If you've made it even through the academy system, you're already so far ahead of so many other people your age. If you made it as a scholar, you're already in the top 1%. And if you've made it as a pro, you're already in the top 0.5% in the country. I said, if you're in those categories in any other industry, you're elite. And the truth of the matter is, you can't not take the positives of being elite, you know? So I think the biggest thing that I've realized is that, first of all, instead of looking what's next, actually look back on the achievements that you've had. One of my favorite things is to say, take the positives and move in it. You know, if a bad day, whatever, you had a bad game.
Positives and move.
Take the
That's
positives
another
and
one
move,
that
bro.
I'm stealing.
Bro, hey, it's here. Do you know what I mean? But take the positives and move, and really understand that you're a success, even though you've just failed at that hurdle and you don't have a contract. First things first, big yourself up. You know, big yourself up for what you've achieved in the game so far, you know. And then after that, I think it's about rebuilding your life and addressing where you're currently at. And the second thing I'd say is, football will give you so many different experiences, and sometimes they're negative, you know, and sometimes we don't stop to really address how we're feeling. And especially as men and young men, we don't really discover and talk about emotions enough. And I think at that place in time, when you're out of contract, you're probably a little bit lost and confused. You probably need to start to explore how you're feeling. Because if you're taking those feelings into what you're doing next, it could definitely hinder the success that you have going forward.
It's like going through heartbreak and not dealing with it.
Bro, 100%. It's like trying to walk with a broken leg. I said, bro, fix your leg and then run. Rather than just trying to limp through stuff, I said, we need to start addressing things that are happening deep underneath the surface, you know, and I think that's so important. So they're the two things to start off with. I know we'll probably go into a lot of practical stuff, but we need to really big people up, man. To be a footballer, bro, I said,
0.01%.
You're elite.
You're a 17-year-old footballer, sign your first professional contract. Bro.
Elite.
In your school, how many people done that?
Not even.
In your town.
In your town, bro.
How many people done that? In your county, a lot of us play for district. Kent district, London district, your borough. How many people are professional footballers? Signed a professional contract, earn a professional wage.
Bro, it's slim. We as footballers, we need to pick our heads up, man. And people sometimes look at us and say, "Oh, you failed. Oh, what's next?" I said, "Bro, stop all of that for a second. You weren't there step by step, bro. You don't know what I've achieved and overcome. And because the weight and the noise of not having a contract was louder than your career, maybe right now, I said you still have to go back and really live in reality. Reality is that you have achieved and you're a success. Full stop. You know. And if you can't find other people that are going to big you up, I said you got to big yourself up." You know what I mean? You got to big yourself up, man. I said, boy, no one's going to throw me flowers, man. I said, I'm going to go to the florist myself.
Men don't ever, the first time men get flowers is on the funeral. You got to throw yourself flowers.
Got to give yourself
big
flowers.
yourself up. And what I always like to do is celebrate the small wins.
It's a must.
Celebrate the small wins. We
must.
recently reached 21 podcast episodes. You know, we're celebrating. You know, we're celebrating each podcast view, like, share, subscribe. Once you celebrate, it allows you to enjoy the journey. And what do you always say? Let me just big this one up.
You're going to take it again, bro.
Enjoy where you are at on the way to where you are going.
There's no at in it. It's enjoy where you are on the way to where you're going.
Listen,
Smooth.
I added my own... in my own words. Now you can't plagiarize it. You don't turn it in. I added
a little app, bro.
and now it doesn't come up, did it?
It don't pop up, bro. You know the cheat
you need
codes
to
to
do
life,
this. I know
bro.
you've done that, bro. Just change it one word so it doesn't come up and turn it in, bro.
You know the cheat codes to life, man. But you have to, man.
Oh, bro. I don't think you understand the depth of impact and benefit what you just said has on people like me, people like that I know that are going through a similar situation. It's an absolute eye opener. It's like someone wipes the dust from your eyes. It's just like you gotta big yourself up.
You have to, bro.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, you guys, if you haven't checked out Toby yet, you don't know who he is, man. Go check him out. Go check his story because, bruv, this is invaluable stuff in terms of your development, well-being, and just life as a man, and how you can really grow and understand. But that injury analogy that you made, you break your leg, you don't just go play another game. A release, not having another contract is a form of mental, psychological break to an extent. Loss of a job, being made redundant, it's part of like the traumas in life. So it's like, you expect to just go again when you haven't really done the healing, reflected, had support, etc. Really and truly, what we're thought to do as footballers who've been through these situations, who've been released, no contract, transfer windows closing, we're taught to just get the injection.
Just charge on. Got to play on.
Get the injection, play on. Injection induces steroids to mask the injury, to mask the effect, to put a mask on over what's really happening beneath the surface. So I think that's a perfect answer to the question in terms of what advice would you give? Big yourself up.
Yeah, big yourself up. What else did I say?
Take stock.
Take stock of how you're feeling, you know, and what really hurts, and get yourself whole. You know, whatever it takes, get yourself whole. If it takes 3 months, if it takes 6 months, I'm telling you, it's better to get yourself whole in 3 to 6 months and walk forward as a whole man rather than to limp for the next two and a half years or 3 years, because you're never going to be able to give the fullness of who you are. You know, and there's so much support that's out there at the moment. The PFA do an amazing job, you know, in providing counselling sessions. And there's so many different things out there that can help you emotionally. You know, if you want to reach out to us and we can connect you with certain people, reach out. Honestly, this is what we're here for. Yeah, we compete on the pitch, but as human beings, we want everyone to succeed. Right. You know, so we're here to help. So that's what I'd say. And then I think hope again. I said the biggest harm to most people achieving what they want to achieve is losing hope in the midst of setbacks.
Contrary to hope.
We hope. Romans 4. Bible. But contrary to hope, we hope. I said we need to find a way to pick our heads up and dream for the stars again. I said, that's all the successful people that I know. I said, in the midst of setback, they might cry for 6 hours. After that, they're finding hope. They're saying, what's going to pick me up? What's going to get me going again so we can keep pushing forward? Do you know what I'm saying? And I love the analogy that Pep used about Foden. Foden, when he gets the ball and loses the ball, it's like he didn't lose the ball. Doesn't put his hands up again. He wants the ball again and he'll lose it again and he'll act like he didn't lose the ball. I said, what's in this guy's mindset? He said, don't let the mistakes of yesterday affect my tomorrow.
Woo,
I said, boy, let me not preach, man. But that's exactly what's happening.
Preach, preacher.
And the thing is, we have no hope for tomorrow.
Wow.
Because we are allowing the past to hold us back. I'm talking to myself oftentimes. You know, I'm not here as somebody who's all got it together. Do you know what I'm saying? But we're all building. We're actually all building, but we need to hope for tomorrow. I said, bro, the future's bright. Nothing's impossible, especially in this day and age. Maybe 10 years ago, 15 years ago. But everything's at the tip of your fingers.
Especially in these different age groups. The person who asked this question, it seemed like they're academy player, dropout, etc.
Yeah, it didn't say like their age or their...
But you can tell from the different vibe, like they might be 18, 19, under the age of 25. They still got the rest of their life to look at, a lot of opportunity, scope. And the fact that you've been a professional footballer, you are elite. The scope, the opportunities are endless in terms of where you can go, what you can do. You can do anything you set your mind to. You already defied the odds. You became a professional footballer. Yeah. Top 1%. Why can't you defy the odds in another discipline? Yeah. There's already proof of concept there. So why can't you go again? And that's just, we've touched on so many things, but the key things I've taken from it are these 4 main things that we're going to leave you with, which is take the positives and move, big yourself up, take stock of all your accomplishments, experiences, skills, values that you've developed. And finally, just because you failed, that does not mean you're a failure.
That's top. So that's top, man. And obviously the details of what comes next, I think that can come after, I think we do it in the wrong order. What you're talking about is what comes first. After that, people can help you find a career, or you can educate yourself, or you can learn the different things that you want. But really the work starts within you. Because when you're capable, bro, you're good to go, man. You're good to go.
So if you guys have enjoyed this episode, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and share it with someone you think would benefit, because we benefit from word of mouth. Word of mouth is the most powerful form of sharing, advertising, really that social proof. So share it, and just join us on this journey of highlighting the importance of having an identity beyond football. So till next time, who are you beyond football? We'll see you soon. Boom. Pattern, we'll just do one more.
One more, yeah. So there's 2 questions.
Could we join them?
Not really. I'm losing my love for the game and thinking about other passions that I've got. What advice would you give? Or in one of the previous podcasts, Toby mentioned that academy football and men's football are like 2 different professions. I've recently dropped out of an academy football system into the non-league. What best piece of advice can you give me in order to adapt?
We've got 10 minutes. We've got 20 minutes, 10 minutes each.
Let's go.
Let's go for that first one you said, innit?
Yeah.
Hi guys, welcome back to another segment of the Beyond Football podcast where we take questions and all around the question, who are you beyond football? So we're going to be educating, no, let me not say educating, but we're going to be giving you guys insights into our experiences and giving advice and answering questions from players, parents, from different perspectives to help players become more well-rounded and have an insight into how they can go beyond football and become more than a footballer. So our question for today from the main man.
So our question is, we don't know who it's from again. Our first questions haven't had any names kind of attached to them. So yeah, this question is, I'm losing my love for the game. Very common. I'm sure people listening can hear. And I'm thinking about the other passions that I've got outside of football. What advice would you give me? Bro, you're the main man for this, bro. You got all these different things going on, bro. You can check out your LinkedIn, bro. I said, bro, you got everything going on.
You know what, yeah?
Go
bro,
on.
I meet people now and they're like, why are you still playing football?
What?
I met someone, my guy, another goalkeeper
Yeah.
at the PFA camp last week. He was like to me, what are you doing here?
Swear.
He was like, why are you still playing football?
Mad.
He was like, bruv, you've got this, you got that, you got all this going for you, bro.
So interesting.
If I was you think I'm playing football? What?
That's
literally what he said to me. And I was like, bruv, you're telling me I don't even know anymore.
Yeah.
I was down bad. My head was in
is...
my head was in the gutter.
Yeah.
But I was like, bro, it's the truth behind it, like. But I love the game, innit? I want to play. My dream is to play at the highest level, innit? So that's why I'm still in it. But you can do both.
Yeah.
You can do both. And we're living testimonies of that. You more so than me. You know, on the bounce, Mr. More than a footballer. The jack of all trades.
I wouldn't say all, bro. Trust me.
Listen.
I'm not an amazing dancer. If anyone knows me.
Yo, I'm going to play that video if you're watching on YouTube. I've got that video from Kenya. Yes. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're on Spotify, you can check it out on YouTube. I've got it there in the editing.
I'm not an amazing dancer. If there's any dancing people that can teach me how to dance, bro, I said, bro, hit me up, man. Hit me up.
But yeah, man, what advice would I give is what I've been promoting for the last 3-4 years is that you can do both, man. Put yourself out there. Be open to these different experiences, that passion. Where we're starting that clothing brand, Owen Otasawi, someone who I'm just praying that we get on the podcast, man. Founder of Carsico. He was at West Ham on trial one time, played for Watford, etc. Played in Europe. Fashion brand, multiple 7-8-figure business. I just ordered one of his. He did this final drop in it today. It's that tracksuit I got you.
Yeah.
That tracksuit we have.
Yeah.
The brown one.
Yeah.
Quality clothing. So I just ordered a little jersey. It says can't touch this steez. Cold, bro. When I bring out that drip, you guys know I'm gonna have it on one of these episodes, innit? But
I can't wait.
But he had a passion for fashion whilst playing. He's played for USA International. At that level, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we're seeing more and more, and that's what we're trying to do for the Beyond Football podcast, to highlight having multiple passions alongside being a footballer. So we say go for it, put your foot down. Yeah,
no, I completely agree. I think it's definitely changed over the last few years. I've seen it change. I've been living this more than a footballer life on the bounce, as we would say it, for the last 10 plus years. You know, in my scholar, I was doing education alongside my football. You know what I mean? I've always done something, and I think it's exploring those passions, like you said. Go for it, you know. Go for it. Let it start small. But my big thing is, check out all the stuff that we're doing. You know, more than a footballer, beyond football. This is what we basically preach, you know, and what we want to see. But my thing is the love of the game. Like, for someone to write in, not just I've got other passions, but I'm losing the love for the game. I think that connects with so many players that I've spoken to. And I ask them, why do they play? And oftentimes I'm like, the responses I get, they're not sufficient.
Why do you play?
I love the game, bro.
What about it?
I love competing, and I love being part of a team. I have to take myself back all the time to why I started playing. For the purity of the game. Yes, the game's so corrupt in so many different ways, but there's so many different politics. There's ups and downs, there's highs and lows.
Yeah.
But I remember my mum used to take me to go and watch my brother. And I see different people from different nationalities come together to try and get a 3 points on a Sunday. And when we win, everyone's happy, buzzing together. I said, I don't know these people from Adam, but that we can come together and fight for the same cause together. That's my thing. Wow. And the multiple promotions that I've had in my career, I said, I've seen that. And it's made it all worth it. Because I said, you get memories, you build relationships of actually achieving something great with a group of people, doing what you love, you know? And I think that's why I play. I play for the support that my teammate gives me when I'm down and the support that I can give him so we can go to war together and we can have bragging rights when we beat the other teams. You know what I'm saying? Or even when we lose, I said we can lose collectively and hurt as a team to say, how are we going to go again? You know, it's the competitor in me that says, I want to play. You know, but that doesn't, it's not always there. Yeah. You know? And I think when you talk about losing the love of the game, it wanes.
Give me oil in my lamp.
Keep me burning, bro. I said,
let
boy.
my light never go dim. Keep me burning, till the coming of the king. You gotta keep having oil in your lamp.
Hold on.
That love of the game, bro. It's like oil, bro.
But sometimes it's not enough.
Bro, because that's why you need to go steal some oil from someone else, bro.
Yeah, but the thing is sometimes, because I've spoken to boys that their love for the game is actually causing their life to suffer.
Yes.
Because
so that's why they've got too much oil. Oil boys, too much oil, man. Too much oil.
But you said,
bro, it's like you're.
You say too much oil,
you know the
bro.
man back in the day in school, in primary school, they got bare oil on their forehead. They got too much oil on their head, bro. That's too much, bro. Those guys with the teacher's pets and that.
Too much, bro.
They're begging it, man.
What do you want them to do? They've committed themselves to the game.
Man.
They love the game. And they're holding on to the game, bro. The amount of people that I've met that, bro, they're not letting go of football anytime soon.
Brush it. Balance, man. You can't be too greedy. Yuck.
But I think there's a myth that you have to love the game to play it. Because there's some players that I played with that actually hate football.
Yeah.
So it made me realise.
Ben White doesn't watch football.
Yeah, he doesn't. But he plays well on a Saturday.
That's right.
So he's good at his job.
Yeah.
So if I'm a good plumber, they'll pay me, right?
That's right.
I get promotion. If I'm a good investment banker, I'll probably get to the top. So it's also a job. So when people say, I don't love the game anymore, I said, bro, maybe the game isn't your passion, but you actually have a gift. And one of my mentors said he dropped out of the game too soon. He let his emotion ride for 2 to 3 months when he quit and he couldn't come back because of his emotion. And I said, bro, if you can't control your emotions and understand your emotions, you will make smelly decisions. Smelly. And you look back and you're like, that was smelly.
Yuck.
And the truth is, your love for the game is going to wane up and down. What do you want out of where you're at? You're in football. What do you want? And you have to say to yourself, if I leave tomorrow, don't expect me to come back. Do you know what I'm saying? So when it comes to the love of the game, I think so many players are at that place of, I don't know if I love it anymore. I might want to do something else. I said, really check that emotion and where it stems from. Is it because you're injured? Is it because you're not playing? Is it because you're out of contract? Or are you really going to find out what place football plays in your life? Maybe when you were younger, it played as a passion, or it played as a bragging right, or it played as an ego thing. Maybe now it plays as more of a job. You know, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that as long as you're performing on a Saturday. Goal is to get 3 points for the team.
That's right.
You know, how you feel about it emotionally. I said, there's a lot of people that don't enjoy their job.
Do you think Messi loves football all those years?
I do.
You think so?
I do.
I think sometimes he seems quite like unbothered.
That's how he plays though, man. He's so good.
Just bov.
He's too easy.
Bov trait.
It's too easy for him. Bro.
I know, but I feel like, nah, this guy must...
bov trait.
Bro, he might look like, even like Michael Elise, bro. Sometimes he might just whack it bins and just like, bro.
Yeah, bro, it's too
That's
easy,
light.
Bro. I like it. You got a lot of time for it, bro.
Bro, there's man like Messi. Sometimes I'm just like, bro, is he not tired of this? Like, he's probably like, bruv, He's probably a point he got to where he's lost passion for the game. Or he's lost love, but he's just like, bro, this is like it's like doing kick-ups for him, bro.
Yeah. But
he's probably played in so many Champions League finals,
Yeah.
La Liga finals. Like he's just like, bro.
Yeah. But then my question, and I'd love the
Doing his hair.
I'd love the audience or the listeners to just put a comment in. Is it wrong to fall out of the love with the game? Is it wrong to fall out of love with the game? Because I think anytime someone says I'm falling out of love with the game, there's a panic up.
Panic, yeah.
I said, why are you panicking? Can I not feel how I want to feel? As long as it's not hindering anything else.
100%.
And if I fall so out of love with the game, I'll leave.
No, facts.
No? So what's wrong? What's wrong? It should be on a scale. Love's on a scale. It might be on some people on 100, detriment to their life. They're doing everything, bro. Some people on 0, they're ready to quit. And some people are flirting in between 60 and 30.
Yeah.
I said, bruv, what's wrong with that?
I think it's perfect, man. I think that's the perfect way that call to action is perfect way to end that little.
I need to hear the people's. I need to hear the people.
We need to hear you.
Bro, I need to hear them, bro.
How much oil do you have? Are you a hoy boy? But yeah, just to wrap up, man, the key things I've taken from this one is that don't make smelly decisions when you're falling out of love with a game.
Don't let emotions.
What do you want where you're at currently? Write it down. It's a job. People fall out of love with their jobs. Check your emotions. Don't let your emotionals be a detriment to your future. What place does football have in your life? And how much oil do you have? Keep me burning till the coming of the king. Hey. Let's not go. But listen, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Share this with a friend. Check out our website, beyondfootball.uk, and stay tuned for our next episode. Just support us in any way. Hashtag Beyond Football. Who are you beyond football? We're out. Let's go straight into the next one.
Yeah, I think he said he's going to give us an extra 5 minutes.
Yeah. So, hi guys, welcome back to another episode, another segment of the Beyond Football podcast, where we take questions from the audiences, from our followers, all around the central question of who are you beyond football? And today we've got another special question, a little scenario that someone sent in that's really going to give you insights into what you can do to make yourself a more holistic player. So this is for parents, coaches, everyone, man. Even whether or not you're not a footballer or a football lover, come join us come join us and just get insights into the journey of a footballer and how we're raising awareness of the importance of having an identity beyond football. But yeah, let's go straight into it.
Yeah, love for that. So yeah, and I really, really appreciate this question because it bigged up something that I said anyway. We'll leave that there. It says, in one of your previous podcasts, Toby mentioned that academy football and men's football are like 2 different professions. I've recently dropped out of an academy where I got my pro and I was there, but I've dropped into the non-league. What best pieces of advice can you give me in order to adapt, thrive, and go back into the professional
What episode
game?
was that from again?
I think I mentioned it twice.
Amari?
It might have been Amari. It might have also been Dr. Chris Platts.
No. There was another one before that.
Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah. We'll get the exact one. We'll find it.
I think it might have been Amari. Yeah. Amari. Yeah,
it could have been
because I remember we were gassed over that night. Remember, that's the Maidenhead vlog.
Yeah, okay.
It was Amari. Yeah. That's amazing, man. But yeah, quick ones. Pow, pow, pow.
What are your thoughts?
A plumber and an electrician. That's the argument. What best pieces of advice can you give me in order to adapt and thrive? Change your skills. Change your perspective. Change your mindset. Adapt. It's not the survival of the fittest. It's survival of the adaptable.
Where did you get that one?
Listen, that's a
Where'd you get that one?
That's a natural, man. That's a natural. Authentic.
No, good.
Nah, joking. That's Toby.
I'm joking, man. I'm joking.
Listen, I told you guys, there's no plagiarism police in the real world, man. Every episode, bro.
Bro, I know.
You got to trademark it,
It's
man.
calm, man.
Nah.
We're here, man.
Survival of the adaptable, this life. So Toby's gonna dive deeper into that.
Yeah, man. No, I think it's a great question. Very, very interesting one because it happens to a lot of players. Happened to me. and it's happened to a lot of players that I've played with. Two different professions. I think just understanding what's required. I think people are just blindsided by thinking things are just going to stay the same. That's just not life. Someone once said that the only constant in life is change. So when you talk about adapting, how do you adapt? That's the biggest thing. How do you adapt?
How do you adapt?
Bro, you're a
Wow.
5'6" winger and you're playing against a 6'3" left back. And all he's going to do is clamp you. And if you get into a tussle with him, he's going to outstrength you because he is 27 and you are 19. I said, how are you going to adapt to beat him?
They didn't tell me that in the tactical session that we did in the afternoon after training.
I said, bro, sometimes you're on the pitch and you need to learn. And that's why experience oftentimes is a great teacher. But as you're learning, how can I make the experience and learning a lot shorter so I can succeed?
Cutting down the time of skill acquisition.
Correct. And I think that comes through so many different ways. You know, really, do you watch a lot of non-league football to see how it is? Have you spoken to other people that have dropped down from academy football to non-league? You know, and really trying to gain wisdom anywhere you can to say, I need to survive here. I need to thrive here. I want to succeed here. And then second, I think we live in a delusional world, especially academies. Academy is like a bubble. And that's why I use the analogy, academy football is like being a plumber and men's football is like being an electrician. Two different professions, you know? And the truth of the matter is...
Some similarities, though.
There's definitely there's definitely some similarities. But in terms of what to expect...
Skills, qualifications,
experiences, the way people think, what the focus of the matter is, you know, what success is. It's not a problem. You probably can take some things over, but if you don't really know how to adapt and apply what you need to take over, you're not going to succeed. Just because you succeeded as a plumber doesn't mean you're just going to succeed as an electrician. You might have all the skills, but if you don't apply the skills when you need to and know how to, you're not going to succeed. And I think it's more so taking what you know and saying, what is the expectation and what's missing? It's the bridge. How can I bridge that? You know, how can I bridge the difference that I'm lacking? How do you bridge that? Done. Because when you understand how to bridge that, then you can start to apply it. But you need to probably humble yourself. Humble yourself to say, bro, every day's a school day. I'm learning again. I'm starting at the bottom and I'm building myself up. Not in terms of you're rubbish, but in terms of I'm here to learn and adapt.
So you're back to being a scholar?
Back to being a scholar. Even before that, let's say you're on the 9.
On the 9?
Ooh, why not? Start afresh, man.
What? You're telling me
I'm joking,
19, 20-year-old
I'm joking.
drops into non-league, he's back.
Yeah.
He's back to being a scholar, innit? You're back to being a...
You're learning again. You're just learning. Whatever learning
an apprentice.
Whatever learning looks like, you're back
to being a... That's such a crazy drop. So you go from being a pro to an apprentice. You're taking a step back. You're decreasing in your career.
You're not decreasing. It might look
changing
like that.
careers.
I think you're actually gaining.
Gaining.
Because what you're learning now in your new role is what you're going to be doing for the rest of your life. I said, bruv, you're not going to be playing against your age mates all the rest of your life. So when you now
it's
learn...
real, so it's
real
better.
life. Yeah, because now you're actually playing against people that are your age. Bruv, you can do that all the time. But when you get into men's football, forever, until you retire, there's a slim chance that everyone on the pitch is going to be 1 year above you or 1 year below you. Very slim chance. Everyone on the pitch. I said, no. But when you go to academy, everyone's either 16, 17, 18, 19. Done. So they're all around your same age. You're playing against people that are 33 that have played in the EFL over 500 appearances.
Bro,
I said...
There's one guy that I've seen is a monster. I think he's the centre-back. Monster. You know those guys that have veins popping out of their VMOs? Their quads? Monster. If academy player went up against him, long day, bro.
So how do you adapt?
If he's playing in front of me, bro, you're not scoring any headers, bro. 6'4", monster. Played in the EFL. He's telling me about his career and that. How does a player come up against him, bro? He's ruthless.
Yeah.
Experienced.
Two things I say. Manage your expectations and find yourself a mentor. Find yourself somebody who can actually coach you through where you need to be. You know, one of the favorite things that I have about being in the change room now is that I've been where a lot of the younger players are. So I can actually coach them and help them through some of the difficult times that they're going through. You know, and I think there's a lot of older players that are willing to support younger players that come in, as long as they're not arrogant. If you're arrogant and you think you know everything, I said, I've got to give up on you. What do you want me to do? I waste my time. I've got stuff to do.
Yeah.
But if you humble yourself as a student to say you want to learn, I said, everyone does. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's how you posture yourself and how you actually gain the wisdom that you need to get. So
powerful, man. That's it, man. So that young boy changing careers, you're about to change from being a electrician to a plumber to being an electrician. These are the key things you need to understand. You learn who you are in practice and not in theory. Another Toby Show Silver special. I've referenced him there, so you guys can shush in the comment
first
section.
for everything. Keep it up.
But you need to make sure that I've gone off. Yeah, you need to make sure that don't beat yourself up in being in a new profession. You're gonna learn who you are, your skills level, whilst you get to play more games, more opportunities, more experiences in that new environment. There's a lot of cognitive bias between what we expect. So manage your expectations as to what's going to happen. You need to bridge the gap between differences between where you're at and where you want to be, and then humble yourself. And then the final thing, which is going to be the title of this episode, find yourself a mentor who's gone through it, can guide you and be with you. Toby is like a mentor to me. That's been indispensable in terms of value, quality, accident prevention, insurance, all of the above. That has helped me a lot in my career in the different directions and navigating that transition that this person who put in this question has managed, because I've been through that exact same situation and it was dark. So yeah, just check that out. Check out our website. We have more information. We're soon going to be starting a mentoring program through each of us. So get in contact if we have any availability. We currently mentor different young people. So get in contact if you're a parent or a player and you're interested, and get in contact with us. But yeah, it's another section on Who Are You Beyond Football. Make sure you guys like, comment and subscribe. Thank you for listening, man. We appreciate all the support. So yeah, share it with a friend and we keep
questions. Keep the questions coming.
That's it.
You know, keep them coming. So yeah, being top.
Yeah, Till next time, #BeyondFootball.